welcome to our first quarantine Scentsy team training and group style. And I am super proud of you guys being on. I know it's a crazy time. It's definitely, there are just so many feelings and emotions going on right now. And so I am really, and there's a lot of changes in schedules and things like that. I know that the whole family dynamic has changed completely from what it was just a couple of weeks ago, right? Can I get an amen? And so I know that this is a sacrifice for you guys to be on. I am very proud of you for being on. And I just want to, for those of you that might be new to Scentsy, we've had a lot of new growth in the last month. And so this may be the first time you've ever seen me before. My name is Godwin. If you're watching, I am your Superstar Director. Crazy excited and honored that you're here with us tonight, no matter what your Scentsy level is, title. I don't care what your experience is in direct sales. I don't care. If you're here with us tonight, you are part of the family, and we are proud of you and want you to participate. So I just had this brainstorm. Actually, I cannot take credit. I was kind of thinking about it, but I wasn't thinking about doing it real big scale. And then I had a few people message me and they were like, we just need to connect. Even if it's not like super, I'm very type A. And so a lot of times I'll have like a Scentsy sermon prepared and we'll be getting to it, like with all the do's and all the tasks and everything. And they were like, maybe we just need to just have this time where we just come together. We just talk about what Scentsy looks like now in our lives today. Some of you guys are killing it. I mean, I'm like, quarantine what? Corona what? Like, you cannot tell. And then others of you, I can definitely tell that you've taken, it's taken its toll on your PRV. And so I just think that this time together is going to be a chance for us just to talk about, hey, where we are, what we're doing, build this togetherness that we all know. It changes everything. Like, when we come together, it's so powerful. And so I do want to just have times tonight where we just share. Those of you that are seeing success, share. Those of you that are frustrated, listen and pick up on maybe something that will help you think of things a little bit differently. Okay, so there is a cloud, heaviness. I think a couple of people have called it. You wake up in the morning, you're like, oh, it's the first thing on your mind, right? And in a way, I kind of almost feel like it's surreal. Feels like something out of a movie almost, and not a fun movie, right? But it's where we are. And I just want you to know that we're all in this together and we're going to be okay. We are. And I believe that it's coming together and building this community that we have. Scentsy is strong, you guys, but we are what makes Scentsy strong. Sometimes I'm kind of simple. And I think to myself about the other side of this. And just go with me on this for a minute and realize that I'm a Florida girl. And so I've been through hurricanes that got me knocked out of work and no power. We never left the house, and the military had to bring us MREs because there were power lines over the streets. Okay. So for 3 weeks, I stayed in my house with we couldn't drink the water either. And I'm telling you, like, I look back at those times now, and I promise you guys, it's so hard to think about it because it wasn't fun as I was going through it. But I mean, think of it, no electricity, no cells. We didn't have cell phones because the cell towers were damaged from the hurricane. It was awful. But I look back and I'm like, those were the times where I really grounded myself. And I don't know. I mean, on the other side of this, will we look back and will we say to ourselves, man, that was sure a break. It was a calm. It was crazy. But maybe it allowed us to do some of the things that we had been saying for years we never had time to do. Maybe it was the first time in a long time that you have time to play with your kids, read the book. Maybe it's the first time in a long time, or any time, that some of us as an adult have gone for a walk. I've heard that this week. Maybe you've had time to just kind of love, and maybe you've had time to, what do you call that when you sit back and you like meditate on stuff, or I don't know all the words right now, but you know what I mean? Like that time where you just have that chance to think. And I know a few weeks ago we were going like crazy and we didn't. And so will we look back at this time and maybe not remember some of the negative aspects of it? Maybe we'll look back on it and it won't be quite as awful as it is as we're going through it, okay? I wanted to tell you guys that. I feel like it's gotten really dark out here really quick, so I'm going to move into the living room. So I went in the comments real quick for you guys to please, will you share with us maybe one thing that in the last week, I don't know what day you're on, quarantine day, but in the last week, what is something that you've had the ability to do that you would not have had a chance to do had it not been for the quarantine life? Put in the comments something that you know beyond a shadow of a doubt you would not have had a chance to do had it not been for this mandated quarantine life. And as I know that we have some people that are driving and some people that are on their phone listening, and so I'm going to read some of these out because I'm telling you, I really sat down, I made myself a list too, and I'm like, I'm going to focus on these things and build this list. I'm going to build it. I'm going to make every day count during quarantine time. Okay, here are some of the things. Oh, you guys, this is cool. Clean closets, spend time with nephews, sleep in. Oh, can I get a witness? I don't know who you are. It just says iPhone, but yeah, you and I are soul sisters, whoever you are. Fold clothes, Amy, fold clothes. Spring clean. Taking your dogs for a walk, clean. Completely reset my office and she shed. That's hard to say. She shed. I still feel like I'm saying it wrong. Deep clean and spend extra one-on-one time with your kids. Haley, that's awesome. Monday night dinner with my family. Cool. Start a garden, Stevie. I love it. Homeschool. Yeah, Laura. Get it. Spend time with your mother. Oh, Karina, that warms my heart. Game night every night. I love it, Robin. That's great. Still having to work. Yes, I get some, and I do want to say that I realize that, and I think I said that before we started the recording, but I realize that we're all in different dynamics, and some of you guys aren't getting a surplus of free time because you're still considered essential and you're getting to it. You're still working, and I get that. And we're going to talk about that as it relates to our business here in just a bit too. Okay, so there are some beautiful things. I could go on and on. You guys are, made blackberry cobbler. Hey, where's mine? I could go on and on. These are super great. So many good things in the comments to just breathe, just sit and breathe, pray and relax. I love these are good. Keep them coming. But reflection, that's the word I was looking for just a minute ago when my brain went real blonde and I couldn't think of the right word. Reflect, sit and reflect. I mean, it's so huge and it's essential to grounding yourself. And so I want you guys to just kind of think as we go through this time, I want you to think of how they say in 5 years, you'll look back and you'll think on this time or this relationship or whatever it is that you're going through, and you'll think of things differently than what you are when you're going through it. So I want you to think of and use this time as a gift, even though it's not a gift that any of us wanted, right? None of us wanted this, but it's here. Thanks, boss. And so what are we going to do with it? And let's make it count so that when we look back on it, it's more of a blessing than anything, okay? All right, so now I want us to switch gears and I want us to think like business owners, because that's what you are. If you're watching me, that is exactly what you are. You are the CEO of your own business, your own Scentsy empire. I don't care if it's a big empire or if it's a baby empire. It's an empire. I always say, I don't care if it's a small anthill or if it's a big anthill, it still is an anthill. And so anyway, no matter what size your business is, I want you to think right now on what you could use this time to do that maybe you did not have time to do before. And maybe some of you guys want to share with us what you've done so far. I know a lot of people are saying it's day 9, it's day 12, it's day whatever. I don't even know what freaking day it is. Like, I don't even know. I don't know what day of the week it is. I wrote 2019 on a check this morning. Like, I am absolutely crazy. But no matter where you are in your Scentsy journey, in your quarantine journey, maybe you want to share with us to inspire us, something that you've had time to do for your Scentsy business that you didn't see yourself doing before quarantine hit. Making printouts for inherited customers. That's on my to-do list. I might need to see yours, Amy. Was that Amy that said that? Sometimes this chat, it rolls so fast. I sometimes say things wrong. Oh yeah, sample mail outs. I love it. I love you too, Karina. Big. Oh, Cassidy, I meant, sorry. See, I could slap a coat of happy paint on these office walls. I'd be so happy. Yes. Maybe do your taxes. Yeah. So a funny story about taxes. I'm an S Corp. And so I believe I was supposed to have my taxes done by, we had to turn ours in by, for the Scentsy business, March 14th, I think. I can't remember, but anyway. And I beat myself to death. Like, oh my gosh, burning the midnight oil or whatever they call that. I was doing that. And then now I'm like, why couldn't this have happened well, I was getting my taxes ready. Like, I'd have had all the time in the world. This would have been great. Anyway, that's just a side note. Made 31 packets for inherited customers. Man, you guys are like, you're reading my mail. That's on my to-do list. Made samples, had an inventory sale, bulk sampling, counter clean samples, sample mail outs. Oh my gosh, happy mail, sitting down to my workstation to address some mail outs, talking to customers. I like how you think, Lee. What are inherited customers? I love it. So inherited customers are the customers that you get from people that were under you that didn't meet the 200 in 1 month out of every 4 months. So they got terminated because they didn't sell 200 in 1 out of every 4 months. They got terminated. Their customers roll up to you so that they're not just left out in the cold. Because sadly, when people get out of Scentsy, they don't always do the right thing and help their people find consultants. So, okay, there are so many amazing things in the comments. I feel really sad for all of you guys that are driving or are calling in from a phone because you can't read the chat. And that's where all the magic is. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So many good things. I just want to like read all of them. You guys are rock stars for real. Okay. So I wrote down some things that it's been really cool. Let me just tell you, I hope I can get through this without crying. But I feel so lucky, like crazy blessed lucky. I have just amazing humans on my Scentsy team, like people that they are not negative, they are positive, and even when they have all the reason in the world to be negative, they still somehow come up with sunshine. And I have been blown away. I sat down and made a list of texts that have come into my phone just in the last, what is today, Thursday? So since Monday, these are texts that have come into my phone with people on my team that are saying, oh my gosh, Laura, I finally had time to do what you told me or what you challenged me to do on a training call from October or whatever. Listen to some of these things. This is what our team is doing, okay? Somebody's, and if it's you, I didn't put a name by these because I thought that was kind of a private text and maybe you didn't want me to like blast all over Facebook or all over Zoom. So I'm not going to put names with it, but you know who you are. Revamped labels. Revamped labels. Like, I think she said it had been over 2 years since she had redone her labels. Wow. Organized her office. I've been seeing a lot of that. It's pretty inspiring. Taught themselves Canva. Ordered a book online that I had recommended from like a training last summer. I get it, right? Watched a live. Wrote out handwritten cards for the first time in their entire Scentsy journey ever. They had time to write out handwritten thank you cards. This was a cute one that came into my text. They were like, okay. It took quarantine for me to actually drink half my body weight in ounces of water. I'm like, yeah, it happens, right? Anyway, and then there were different people that shared samples with me, and I'm just like, this is just inspiring me. And so I thought, how powerful would it be for us that are on this training to go to our separate Facebook team pages, and when you do revamp that sample, share it. There may be somebody on the other side of that screen that is just dying of boredom, wondering what in the world they're going to do to make Thursday pass or Friday pass or whatever. And just seeing your new book, or seeing your, what were some of the things? Oh yeah, seeing something you could post on your team Facebook page. Oh my gosh, I just made my first label in Canva, or I just learned how to use Over or PicMonkey or whatever. Imagine how fun our team Facebook pages would be if we were constantly inspiring each other with the things that we were reaching out of our comfort zone to do. You have time now. You have time to do things and fail and try again and laugh at your mistakes and all of the things. Okay? All right. So I want to switch gears just a bit right now, and I want to talk about the very valid question of, Laura, where's the line of selling during these times and being that person, that aggressive, pain in the butt, words that I can't even use, someone that doesn't even have a heart and takes advantage. So I believe that we have to realize and maintain a safe distance away from that aggressive behavior, because that's nasty. Ooh, that's yuck. I mean, that is the kind of thing that gets you unfriended, right? I mean, I do. That's the kind of thing that gives Scentsy a bad name. Okay. But on the other side of that coin, I've been watching your numbers. And some of you guys are still selling $400 and $500 PRV a week. Last week you did, and this week you did. Personally, I sold $859 last week, and I'll hit 1,000 before Saturday of this week. So people are still buying Scentsy, clearly. And so where is that line? Where's that imaginary okay spot between not being too aggressive, but still helping people get their Scentsy? I went live on my team page. So sorry, this is going to be a review for those of you that are in my global accents page. But I shared with my team last week, I went live and I was just like, hey guys, I'm selling well. And it's not because I'm reaching out to a lot of people. I am reaching out to people, but my follow-up looks totally different today than it did at the beginning of March. My follow-up now is clearly or simply just a friend to a friend. I use Amy, and then I use, honestly, I usually use Facebook. I'll tell you about that in a minute. So back to my simple, I hate to call it a script, but I went into Amy and I deleted all that bull crap that I had always used about, like, here's my online store. I'm placing an order this weekend if you need it. Ugh. I deleted all that. Now is not the time for that. I got onto Amy and I deleted everything out and I simply just said, hey, just wanted to check on you. You guys doing good over there? That's it. Hey, just wanted to check on you. You guys doing good over there? Over there might be on the other side of my city, or it may be on the other side of the country. And heck, I've got a lot of customers that aren't even in this country. They're in different countries. Over there is relative. I'm talking to them like a friend, like a freaking human. I'm not their Scentsy consultant right now. I'm just someone that genuinely cares that they're okay. It has been so fun to connect, and I have time. Quarantine has given me time. I used to be afraid to send these kind of texts out, guys, because I have boatloads of customers. I've been afraid to send these kind of texts out because I don't have time to sit there and carry on conversations with 800 people. But now I do. Well, kind of I do. But, I've always been a homeschooler, so quarantine hasn't given me any extra hours in that aspect. But, honestly, I have more time now. They have more time to respond. You know how usually you beat your head against the wall because, dang it, you've sent out 50 text messages to follow up with your customers and only 2 people, text you back, right? Those odds are different now. Those statistics are different. And if you're not getting good return on your time of texting people, maybe it's because your text isn't quite as simple and just as friendly and just from human to human. Okay. So really want you to think about not selling and just being a good human right now. There have been a lot of texts that came back in that were just, yeah, we're all right, trying to get used to this homeschooling life. How do you do this, Laura? People wanting homeschooling advice. Some of it's funny, some of it's sad. People have a lot of anxiety, a lot. And I've had a chance to just kind of say, I'm going to put you on my prayer list and hang in there. I'm a text away. Okay. But just treat them like a human. But I have had a lot of texts come back saying, oh my gosh, thank you for checking on me, and I need some counter clean. Or thanks for checking on me. What do you have in stock for this? Or, oh my gosh, I didn't realize how bad my boy smelled. God bless these teachers. I need a lot of Scentsy. Like it was not intended to be a selling post, but I am their Scentsy girl. You know what I mean? So make sure your heart's in the right place. You can leave those on. Make sure your heart's in the right place and just connect with people as a human being, just like you'd want someone to connect with you. Okay. So I want you to think of sharing, and we always say this, but now it's essential. It's crucial. There's no room for error here. I want you to share. I do not want you to sell. I want you to share. I want you to share positivity. I want you to share love. I want you to share genuine concern. I've kind of shared different things in the last couple of days on my VIP page than I've ever shared before. And it's getting a better response than ever. And it's simply things like, just for anybody that needs to know, today's Thursday. And, just funny things that just build community. All kinds of quarantine to-do list and just different things I find on Pinterest, just outside the box stuff, from human to human, not from Scentsy consultant to customer. Okay. All right. So why are people buying right now? If you think of why people are buying, it will help you design your share a little bit more intelligently. Okay. I am type A at heart, and it probably is oozing out of me right now. And I've lost a lot of you probably, but I'm very type A. People are buying because of the reason that I quoted one of my customers just a minute ago. She's never spent this much time with her kids, and she realized that they freaking stink. And I have one customer that redid her office. She's lived in her house for 4 years, and she just redid, it was a junk room, and she turned it into an office, and bam, she needs a new warmer. That would not have happened without quarantine time. You know what I mean? People are needing, first of all, people have time to order now too. I've had a lot of people that have told me for ages, since before Christmas. Every time I follow up with them, they're like, yes, I need to place an order. I need to write out the list. Well, now they're actually placing those orders. People I've been following up with that have been, kind of like giving me the, not cold shoulder, but like putting me off. Well, now they're ordering because they have time to. But another thing too is people don't have any outlets right now, or they have fewer outlets. A lot of times they're working and coming home. They don't have a way to get out their energy. We can't even go to the gyms anymore, right? We can't go to the movies. We can't take our kids to play at Chuck E. Cheese while we just sit there and zone out. You know what I mean? There are no ways to get all of this nervous, anxious energy that we have in us out. We are confined to these walls, and some people even worse than others that live in downtowns and, apartment buildings and concrete jungles, right? So Scentsy helps bring the spa to them. Scentsy helps bring calm to them. It's their chance to do a little something for themselves that they maybe used to do something totally different to get that same feeling, but they want that relaxation, that calm atmosphere at their house now. So that being said, I want you to kind of think about how you can serve people in this manner. How can you and how can your products help people create a relaxing atmosphere at the end of a long day of being automatic homeschooling mama? You're right. And I actually had a customer tell me, Laura, even when my child was an infant, I only stayed with them for 6 weeks, and then they were at a daycare facility. Like, I've never spent this much time with my kids before, and it's driving them absolutely batty. And that's the society we live in. And so these mamas are stressed to the freaking max. What do you sell that would make her go, ah, at the end of the day? Okay. And then don't try to sell it to her. Just simply show how you're using it to give yourself an ah at the end of the day. Right? I posted a picture of my diffuser, and I said, this is how I self-care during quarantine. And it was, my diffuser was going, and it was dark, and my diffuser was lit up, and you could see the steam so beautifully well. And that's all I said. I sold 2 diffusers. I sold a little over $200 worth. It was diffusers and oils and all that. Did I put that on there to sell? Maybe kind of. I don't know. I just shared it because I felt like everybody deserved that at the end of the day, right? And not everybody has it. And so anyway, I was able to sell just by posting that. I even posted I just posted it in stories, and I asked people if they had a diffuser. Anyway, let's brainstorm together. I'd love to take about 3 minutes and get you guys to talk about some things that you are currently doing, or maybe ideas that you have that you would like to share. As we go through this, things might pop into your brain, and maybe you want to, I call it bouncing ideas off of each other. Oh man, you guys are really smart. There's no retail therapy outlet either. Beth, you're so smart. They're stuck at home and want nice place. Yeah. Good stuff. Okay. So Laura did this with the Scentsy soaks. That gives them that awe. And I love that. That's cool. Scentsy soaks and bath products, Amy says. Good. Oh, Faye says, someone told me they're tired of smelling bleach and Lysol. They needed Scentsy. I like that. Yes, catch up on smell mail. I like that. I always call it snail mail. You just changed me, Laura. Smarty pants. Smell mail. That's cool. Okay. Hold on. Working on Easter baskets, Ashley. Okay. That may be something we need to do an entire another Zoom for. I do an adult Easter basket every year too. I'd love to see yours. So people are at home scrolling more on Facebook. I've been doing more lives lately, been getting a lot more engagement, and gotten an order from each live. Wow, Beth. Lives are big right now. People are spending more time on, and they're looking for the extroverts out there. Y'all pray for them. Like they're drying up. They're going back crazy. Are you guys an extrovert and you can speak for this? Like, I'm an introvert. Like, my life is totally fine. I live without hugs. I can live without interaction. I actually feel more grounded whenever I'm not having to be out and about. And I'm like such an introvert. And so this is not affecting me at all. But my extrovert husband, yeah. And my extrovert friends, they're drying up. Like, they are absolutely going crazy inside. Oh, Lori has a cool idea. This is her speaking. I made a Facebook post and asked who really wants something that they don't want to pay full price for. And I gave my half off rewards to 2 special customers today. Oh, Brandy says, my husband is a first responder working today, actually. I cannot be within 6 feet of him. Oh, he lives in the living, and I am in the bed, living room. And I'm in the bed due to knee surgery 2 weeks ago. I've stayed offline. Oh, bless your heart. She says she loves this positivity. It's what she needed. Bless your heart, Brandy. Okay. Oh, adding good content to our VIP pages that isn't Scentsy related. Yes, Michelle. Using auto messages on Facebook. Yes, Lauren. Listen to this bit of geniusness. Using auto messages on Facebook Messenger to check in with people after we chat. I might ask them how they like a new product, but mostly just focusing on how they are. Yes. Smell mill. Oh my gosh. I need to go live more in the evenings. Great idea. I've never seen so many people more active on Facebook than now. Introvert life. Emily, you're an introvert? Oh, we're gonna have to give you a test. I need you to go take that test we did in the Purple Cows. Really, Emily? I can't even. I would have pegged you differently. Okay. Sending voice messages to customers to say, hey, oh my gosh, you guys, this chat is just beautiful. So all of these ideas are really good ways to just kind of like rethink your strategy during this time, because yes, we are human, and yes, we are, definitely wanting to be delicate during this time. And it is a heavy time, and we understand the weight of it. But at the same time, we're business owners, and we have to make strategy and business plans to get through this time and come out strong on the other side of it. Okay. And so don't mistake us strategizing tonight as us not being, I can't think of the right word, but like sensitive. Okay. We are being sensitive, but we are also being smart, and we own a business. And so there's that. Okay. So I know the chat is still going with amazing ideas, but I realize that not everybody's on their phone, and not everybody is driving. And so I want to move on to some other ideas too. So I'm big, you guys that follow me, you know that I'm big on just finding random things on Pinterest or online or wherever. Sometimes I just will find a quote in a book, and I'll get on Canva or Over, or I'm back at PicMonkey. I really am finding a lot of deep love for PicMonkey right now. Anyway, and I'll find a quote in a book, and I will put it to some kind of graphic in Canva or somewhere, and I'll print it out, and I'll use that as like my inserts. I found this, and I thought it was just so fun. And whenever I found it, I just kind of stared at it, and I was like, I think I love it. I think I love it. Anyway, hey, little fighter, soon things will be brighter. I'm putting it with all my warmers that I sell, the ones with bulbs. Hey, little fighter, soon things will be brighter. Because quarantine life is hitting everybody. And I'm still selling a lot, and I'm selling things online too. And so all of my thank you packages have this, hey, little fighter, soon things will be brighter. Assuming that, anyway, and in my mind, I don't know if it's going to happen yet, but in my mind, I'm just like, I hope they prop this up around their warmers as just a little gentle reminder that it's not going to be like this forever. We're going to be okay. You know what I mean? I just thought it was just so fun, and I put it on my fancy pants paper that shimmers because I'm bougie like that. Anyway, have I shared this already? I don't think I have. I might have put it online. This is my, so anytime I have free and half price rewards, I get 6 packs of scent circles. And guys, you could be stockpiling these for when things get normal again. And then you could just like mass produce these buds right now. Anyway, I just got on Pinterest and I found this. I put some washi tape on it just because I'm extra. You could totally do it without it looks just fine without this, but I just wanted to do something weird. Anyway, and I am sending these out to anybody that ordered the Squeeze the Day bundle. And then I have Just Breathe ones coming in, because everybody just, or inhale and exhale. Sorry, I have some of both. Inhale and exhale, and then just breathe, because it's just that reminder that people just need to just like, just take it all in. Anyway, I have a friend that is a Scentsy customer of mine. She gets on my VIP page and she's like, Laura, every time I get in my car and I smell your Just Breathe scent circle, I do my breathing exercises. Isn't that cool? Like, she has anxiety really bad. And so just that little reminder to just breathe in and breathe out. And so whatever you can do to just give that little extra. Okay. So I'm going to shut up. And I would love to put on screen any of the directors that I know were passionate about certain topics that they were hoping that we could chat about tonight. I can't remember who all I said. Let me go back.
Hey, everybody. I am Amy Holford. I am the Star Director of Brave Brigade. And some things that I wanted you guys to understand is consistency while distancing, because you don't really think about things like this, but to be successful, you have to be consistent. And I'm not talking about like posting on your Facebook page on Monday and then not posting again until the following Friday. At least make some sort of Scentsy post or something. I recommend daily, okay? Because that's what I do. And that means reaching out to your downline if you have a team. If not, you'll get there. Even if it means reaching out to your upline, do it. Watch a Scentsy training. Make some samples. There's a 15-minute a day program that I actually think Laura is the one that came up with. It's so simple. Don't overthink the business. Just make sure that you're sharing Scentsy every single day, because let me tell you, if you have customers, say that you placed a big order this week and then you're not checking in with them, you're not asking them if they need anything, how do they like this, all that jazz, until 2 months later, guess what they did? They found another consultant that's going to make sure that they got their stuff. Okay, so make sure that you are being consistent while distancing. Okay, also indirect recruiting. At World Tour, I did a presentation on attraction marketing, and what that is it's not, you're not saying, hey, join my team, hey, do this, hey, do that. Share things that Scentsy has done for you. Share that you're on this training right now. Screenshot it. Do whatever you have to do and post it on your personal page and say, I'm in this training with, I don't even know how many people's in here, 50 or 100 people learning how to become the boss that I want to be. Or, share your favorite warmer, or if you got this for free, if you got that for free, or if you earned a trip, you're trying to aim for a trip, you're reaching for that incentive, you're hosting a party, you're hosting your launch party, if you've reached that shooting star and you've got your kit, show the world what you're doing. Tell people what you're doing. You have to share your story, because if you're just sitting back sharing flyers on Facebook and you're not making it personal, then they're not going to believe in you. They're not going to believe in your passion. So when I'm sharing things like the trips that I'm going on, or, awards that I've gotten, or, my team reached 200 or whatever, that builds interest. That is making people, that's pulling people in. Remember, attraction marketing is a pull. It's not a push. You're pulling people in. When you're building your team, you want to rope them in. You don't want to push. Okay. Also, remember, Scentsy is your safe place. And I know that Laura mentioned this earlier, but sometimes when you're stressed out or you had a rough day at work, if you guys still work, you see, I still work, had to go to work today. You have to go to work. You're stressed out during the day. You want to come home and you got to cook and fold dadgum clothes. Ugh. Clean the house, feed the dogs, go over your kids' schoolwork or whatever. There will come a time where you just scream and just had enough. Do Scentsy, because let me tell you, it's not just a business. Okay, it's fun. You're passionate about your products. You're talking to your Scentsy sisters. I talk to my Scentsy sisters every single day, and they've become some of my best friends. So when I say Scentsy is your safe place, take it and use it as your safe place, because it really is. Okay, I could go on and on and on, but you can do somebody else's time.
Oh my gosh, I loved it so big. Thank you. I love your energy too. You have such a sweet vibe. Awesome. Okay, so Jessica Matthews is going to go next. You guys will love her too. Hold on, I'm going to spotlight the video and do all this.
Whoa, that's close. Whoa. Hey y'all. Hey, I'm Jessica Matthews. I'm a star director from North Carolina of group Eccentric Gold Diggers. Hey everybody. I'm still in my scrubs, home from work, still working, frontline healthcare, so nobody stand too close to me. But I'm going to talk kind of to two groups of people. We've got I've already been sent home, we're not working, and then I'm going to talk to the ones who are still at work. How am I going to make this work? Things are insane. Maybe I'm a teacher. Maybe I'm trying to put together a lesson plan to teach remotely. Life is just insane right now. No matter what your circumstances are, I feel like, at least the general vibe where I work, and even with the patients that I see, I think the general vibe is that coronavirus and quarantine and being stuck at home or dealing with the stress of it is something that is creating a lot of empty cups. Everybody, empty cups, whether you're in business for yourself, whether you're just trying to maintain a household, people are really running on E. And my topic is grow through what you go through. So I want you to think about your place in Scentsy. Maybe you want to think about it as, well, this is my title, or this is my rank, or I've been in for 3 months. Okay. And maybe you are an essential consultant. Maybe you're a superstar director. No matter where you fall in the spectrum in the Scentsy world, don't devalue, or maybe I should say, don't underestimate your value to everyone that is in the population. I'm not just talking about Scentsy. Don't devalue your worth to your Scentsy family, to your Scentsy misters and sisters, to the people who aren't even your customers. Everybody that's out there is on E. So how can you be, kind of to ping off what Laura said, how can you be a good human? What can you do? Everybody is on social media. So if you're taking this opportunity kind of to reset, think about, what can I post today that's going to be uplifting to someone? Even if you don't have anybody right now who you can follow up with, because maybe your sales haven't been that great this month. Send random people a message. Post something cool on Facebook that's not even coronavirus related. That, I think, holds more value in the social media world right now. Or post something funny, not something dramatic or political or very polarizing to people. Post something that's lighthearted. That goes to me a lot further than, because there's a lot of that on there, because everybody's cups are empty and everybody's stress and anxiety is through the roof. So I do a lot of my Scentsy business from my VIP page. I do filter a little bit onto my personal page, but my VIP page is where I do most of my stuff. And I'm going to be honest with you, the amount of Scentsy is down here right now, and the amount of everything else is up here on my VIP page. I'm posting recipes. I'm posting quarantine life. I'm posting, I don't even have any children, and I'm posting ideas for lesson plans. Like, hey, if your teacher's not gotten in contact with you and your school system is still like, what are we going to do? Here's something that can help you. I mean, if you've got questions about that, I can give you some ideas. I'm not an educator. I don't even have any kids. Really, I'm not qualified to do any of this except for do CT scans and sell Scentsy. Those are my 2 qualifications in life. Okay. But you can be a light to people regardless of what you feel like your place is. And when you're a light to other people, you're actually going to be a light to yourself. Honey, you cannot pour from an empty cup. And there have been days that I have gotten up and sat on the end of my bed and thought, Lord, is today the day I'm going to get corona? I do not want to go to work. I do not want to get out of bed. I'd rather just pull the covers over my head and go to sleep until this is over. But I can't do that. I got a business. I got to go to work. I've got a house to run, and I've got to fill my own cup. I've got to fill my own void. So in order for me to do that, I've got to try to alter some positivity, and it's actually going to feed me more. And it probably feeds them. So win-win, right?
Yeah.
Now, what's happening when I do that, just by being a nice person, Amy talked about kind of like backdoor recruiting. This is like indirect marketing to your business, because people are on Facebook. People are on Jane.com. They're on Zulily. They're on all these sites, and they're just searching around because they have aimless time. Are they going to buy an outfit they can't even wear anywhere because we're stuck at home? Or are they going to see something that maybe you're sharing, or they're going to be gravitationally pulled to you because you're the light. So when they get ready to spend their dollars, are they going to spend it at Kohl's for something they don't need, or are they going to spend it on laundry stuff because they do need it now? I feel like, if anybody asks my opinion, Scentsy is a smart choice, right? Scentsy is a smart choice. And then another way that you can kind of grow through what you go through is if you're at home. So let's say you're at home, you're like, man, I need a lesson plan. I need a lesson plan for what I'm doing today. I'm a type A. I go to work, and when I get sent home, I need an assignment. Okay. So here's your assignment. If you're type A and you need help and you need guidance and you need an accountability partner, take this as a moment to step back and say, this is where my comfort zone has been this entire Scentsy journey. I've been afraid to go live on Facebook. We have already established our customers and friends and all the people are on Facebook. So take this as an opportunity to go through a box, unbox it. Show them how you're making samples. Show them anything in your business. Talk about, hey, I write my customers thank you cards. You know, you can share anything. Do a product showcase. Find your favorite warmer. Hey, this is my favorite warmer. This is what I like about it. This is why I love Scentsy. This is my happy spot. And not only are you going to be sharing Scentsy, but you're going to start developing those skills to get yourself out of a comfort zone. 5 years ago, this would not be happening, but I had to work at it. I don't go Facebook Live 5 years ago. I would have been like that. So I had to work at it. Use this as a time to work at it. And if you don't want to go live first on your regular Facebook page, your team page, perfect place. Non-judgmental. Nobody cares. Everybody's learning. Get in there and practice. Okay. Take some time to watch a training. When's the last time you had really dedicated time to say, you know what, I want to learn how to do XYZ. YouTube, your team page, all the places. Our workstation is a library it's a place where you can go that's a library of training. Just sit down and watch. You don't even have to put pants on, you know? So grow that way and clear out the clutter. Like for me, my office is a perpetual tornado. But when it gets really bad, that's another one of those times I'm just like shutting the door. I'm not dealing with this today. So today is the day. I'm your accountability partner. Get in there, throw out the clutter. It's going to feel good. I promise you won't bleed. It will feel good. And then you'll be able to sit down and think about, hey, this is what I need to grow on. This is what I need to work on. I got time to do it. Even if I'm sitting on my back porch watching my kids play outside, I'm going to do this for me, because what if Scentsy 6 months down the road is the only thing I have to rely on? Okay. So a little story. I'm going to give a real quick backstory. Okay. So, I'm a little advanced in age, and I was in the workforce 10 years ago, when the recession came through and affected a lot of people. This was in 2009. I was not in Scentsy in 2009. I lost my job for 10 months. This kind of sounds a little bit like Laura's story from the hurricane, like overcoming adversity. I just wanted to make sure I share this with you guys because I've shared it a few times with my team, and I feel like I grew a lot from that experience. I was without work for 10 months. And at the time, nobody was hiring. Like, everybody was being laid off. Nobody was hiring. You couldn't find a full-time or part-time work. You certainly couldn't find anything with benefits. Nobody was paying good money. It was rough. And there were times that I thought, I don't know how I'm going to pay my car payment. I don't know how I'm going to pay my house payment. I stood in the food line with a cart full of groceries, just knowing that my unemployment money had hit my bank account, and I swiped the card and it's declined because there's no money. Like, I'm that person. Oh, let me pull my credit card out. Oh, that's declined because it's maxed out. So I've been there, and I know it's hard, and I know it is stressful as crap. I don't think anybody at this point would argue that. But beyond what's facing us right now is an opportunity for a lot of growth if we let it. It also can be an opportunity for sadness, for emptiness, for I can't go on, if we let it. So we got to make a choice to either go one road or another. And I'm not going down that empty, lonely, can't do this road, because I can do this. I have done this. You can do this. It is possible. Scentsy can help you. It's the happy place, and we are stronger together. Okay. So just know that everybody loves you. Your Scentsy mama loves you. Your Scentsy dad loves you. They're here for you. Even if they don't have an answer for you, they can listen. Sometimes that's the best medicine. So I'm going to get down off my soapbox now.
I love that. Oh my gosh, you took us to Scentsy Church. I love it. And you know what? I actually did have a few people reach out. I started my Scentsy journey in the 2009, 2008 winter recession thing, whatever. And it was doable. Like, I hit sensational level, start level 3. I hit director in 6 months in a recession. My husband didn't have a job, like it
Right.
can happen.
And not to interrupt, but
No.
like once I joined Scentsy in 2014, I was able to look back at 2009 and 2010 when I was in that recovery mode. And I mean, almost a year without gainful employment, it takes a toll on you. And I thought in 2014, oh my gosh, where was Scentsy? Where was the opportunity then that I have now? So we're all very blessed to be in a position where we're already in Scentsy. We already have our list of 100 made out. We already have our customers, whether they are spending cautiously or not. We already have those people here. We are in a very good position if we just are nice humans and take care of the people that we know right now.
Yes.
We can use this as a vessel, but we have to choose to use it as a vessel.
I love it. I love it. I had a couple of thoughts when you were speaking. I'm so thankful that you thought to bring up the whole accountability thing, because I feel like now more than ever, we do need that. And so a couple of things that I've been seeing some of my girls do, a couple of them are grouping up in groups and pods of all over. They're going live on Facebook Messenger. All it takes is a group chat on Facebook Messenger. You click the little video, whatever. You guys know what I'm talking about? You click the video where it starts like a live messenger chat, and you guys can make your samples right there together and then meet again tomorrow at the same time and talk about the book you're reading. I mean, you don't wait for your director or your star director or whoever you're waiting on to organize a team-wide something. You get with a few people and build that community and have that accountability. Zoom is also free, what we're using. Now, I'm using the pro version because I like to have a lot of people to be able to get on at one time, and we're wordy and we like to go over the 40-minute time or what is it, 40? I don't even remember. Anyway, we like to talk when we want to talk. And so I pay the 150, 70 something a month. I mean, a year. You do not have to use the paid version, and you and your besties get on here, get your Scentsy family together, even if it's 3 or 4 of you. Okay. I am anxious to hear what the amazing Kim has to tell us. And I realize that we are now at the hour mark. And so please stay with us for 5 more minutes. I think I lost her. Hold on, I'm scrolling through. Kim, where'd you go? I found you. Do you still have time to talk to us?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay, good.
I'll be quick. I promise. I won't ramble. I'll try not to ramble.
Okay.
Hey guys, Kim White, director for Wax Bars and Superstars. And the thing that I had brought up and wanted to just chat about really quick was being supportive to everyone right now, your team, whether you have a team of people frontline, downline, or just the people that are on your team under your director, as well as your customers, because this whole thing is new to all of us. Like, we've never been through something like this before. And so everybody's kind of flying blind, and it's affecting people in a lot of different ways. We've got some people out there that are still working. We've got some people who are now working from home. Right. We've got some people who aren't working at all. We've got people who've got kids that are now home, and they might be working from home and trying to take care of their kids and homeschool their kids. And so this is affecting people in so many different ways. And I think that it's really important for us to just really be cognizant of the fact that people are in different places right now. Like, I know that I have a couple people on my team who have a ton on their plate now. They have, a lot of people, we're seeing a lot of this. We have all this extra time because we're home from work now. And there are people out there that is the complete opposite, because they have less time, because now they're working at home, they're homeschooling their kids, they're still trying to keep up the house, they're trying to, explain things to family, kids about what's going on. And so they have even less time. And so Scentsy maybe is taking a little bit of a backseat for them. And while that might not be the place that you're in, that's the place that they're in. And so it's up to us to still support them where they are. And I think it's the same thing with customers. For me, my business really hasn't changed. because I try to be super natural and authentic with what I share. And so it's not, I don't feel like I need to make a lot of changes to the way I run my business because I'm never pushing things. And so I don't feel like I'm going overboard right now because I'm just doing what I always do. And my business is running well, but I know that there's other people that maybe aren't comfortable with even approaching people about Scentsy right now. And I've told the people that have come to me with those concerns that that's okay. Like, you have to do what you're comfortable with right now. And if that means maybe taking a little bit of a step back and focusing on making sure your kids are getting their learning done and making sure your work is getting done during the day, then that's what you have to do. And I think that it's a huge opportunity for us to connect with people and build relationships, which is essentially what we do, right? We are in the relationship building business. And so I think now more than ever, like Laura said, now more than ever is when we should be connecting with people, and not with that underlying agenda of, well, I'll connect with them now and then they'll buy from me later. It's literally just genuinely connecting with people and reaching out and letting people know that you're there for them. My niece is an ICU nurse at one of the biggest hospitals around here in Michigan, and her ICU is a dedicated COVID unit. So she is literally in the trenches. And I've been sending her messages every single day, just telling her that I love her and that we are thinking of her and that we're praying for her, because we are. And it's not about, you know, I want to keep in touch with her because she buys her Scentsy from me. It has nothing to do with that. But it's about making the real connections when it really counts, because we can build and those relationships now when people really need the support. And so whether it's your team members or your customers or just people in your neighborhood or your community or your school or your church or whatever, this is affecting people in a lot of different ways. And it might be different for somebody than it is for you. And so we have to be sensitive to that and know that, like I said, my business hasn't really changed a lot, but I know that there's a lot of people's that it has. And so I have to be supportive of them wherever they are. And if that means that, you know, they're not going to be the top performer in my team this month or next month or until this thing all, you know, runs its course or whatever, then that's okay. They, you know, I'm going to be there to support them in whatever they decide that they want to do during this time, because that's what they need right now. They don't need me breathing down their neck saying, well, gosh, you're always, you know, #1 PRV. What's happening? It's not about that. It's about just supporting them and making sure that they know that they are cared about and that I am there to listen to them if they need to vent and yell and cry or whatever. And I think that that's going to go a long way, not just in your business, but in your life, because you're going to build those connections and you're going to build those relationships now that will continue, regardless of whether it's a customer or a team member or not. That's what we're in this for. And so it's super important right now to be like really tuned into that kind of stuff.
I love that. Oh my gosh. After each one of you guys has spoken, I just feel like we need to just have a standing ovation. It's good. It's good. And you each have such valid points. And I love what you said, and it's true. I've never really thought about it until you started speaking. But you know what? We are in the servant. I love serving. I look at my Scentsy journey as a service. I'm serving my customers, my team members, my whatever. And you know what? This may be the time where we don't actually serve them using products. You're serving people using a kind word or a prayer. I can serve, you know, the girl that you were talking about, I can serve her by just praying for her to stay safe during this time. You know what I mean? Like, we get caught up in that serving ends in a paycheck, but maybe it ends in something even better than that, you know, like, oh, crazy. I loved what you said. Thank you guys. I wish we had more time. I think next time we do a Zoom, I'm just going to be like, let's start with them first, right? You're on, Charity. Sorry. I didn't know. I didn't see it in the chat, but Jessica reminded me.
Mine was quarantine doesn't mean quit. So I just wanted to encourage, because we're in a weird spot about, do I post something about our products and stuff like that? And I completely agree with Kim about making connections, but I just want to encourage you that it's still okay to post your business. You're still running a business. And just to give you an idea, I checked my email just a minute ago, and I've gotten an email from JCPenney, CVS, World Market. Netflix, Cruise Critic, Wayfair, Joann's, Etsy, Michael's. We're still in the business. So it's still okay. And earlier today, I got a text from Children's Place. So you don't have to stop sharing your Scentsy products just because we're in this weird spot. Michelle posted, she made a comment, it's way up in the chat, but we shouldn't decide what people spend their money on. And that, like, praise, I could scream that to the rooftops, because there are still people buying. I had a random order from somebody I don't even know that was like, it was 2 orders actually, that it was back to back. It was well over $100. And I was like, whoa, where did this person come from? And so I just picked up the phone and called, and to make sure that it was a real person, that actually it wasn't a fraud order, but to thank them for the order. But people are still buying. So it doesn't matter what's going on in the world. People are still going to buy. And it was, it's a coronavirus. Yes, people are getting sick. Yes, people are dying. I completely agree with that. It is completely out of our control, but it doesn't mean we have to hibernate. So
I love that. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing, and super sorry that I missed your saying that in the chat. I love that. You have such a valid point. My phone's been going off. I think there's more text coming through. I think big name retailers are trying to remind us that they are still open. You know what I mean? Like, I think I'm getting more text from certain things. And so, yeah, that's very valid. Correctamundo, Jessica says. Yeah, very good points. I really cannot wait for you guys to just be a little bit more vocal about what you're doing to grow yourself during this. Like I talked about at the beginning of the call, use that Facebook page, that team page, share the books you're reading, trainings that you're doing, the ideas that you're coming up with. You have time to think now. You might not have had that much time before. And for those of you that are still working, we need your ideas too. How are you juggling this? How are you getting those online orders, and how are you keeping up with everything? That would be very encouraging to those of us that are still working, or those that are. Hey! All right, so I love you guys, and I hope that this meeting gave you a shot in the arm to wake up tomorrow and just keep on keeping on,